Good day, class. Welcome to Fine Art Lesson. Today we are going to be considering a topic titled Introduction to Paper Mache. And at the end of the lesson, the students, you are expected to be able to define paper mache. Second of all, you should be able to mention the materials and tools used for paper mache. And lastly, you should be able to state the process to follow in making paper mache. Now let's define paper mache. Paper mache is an art of creating objects using pulp, mesh, pounded paper with starch. It is also called paper mache or pulp art. Paper mache is a French language meaning chilled paper. Now, it originated from them. It means chilled paper. That is your paper that is mashed together. Like what we have in the introduction, paper mache, papier mache is not an English word. It means paper mache. That is the paper that you mash together. In the practical class, we are going to be considering, I'm going to tell you, let you see how it is done practically. But for you to have an understanding of how it is going to be done before we go into the practical class. That's why we have this information. Now, the issue of paper mache, it started in ancient Egypt when masks were produced with pulp paper for rituals in the royal kingdom. Now, in Egypt, like you've been told that Egypt is the origin of civilization. A lot of things came from Egypt, hieroglyphics, letters, and all that. Same as paper mache. Then, during the rituals for the king, the pharaoh, there was this issue of masking. But they thought of an idea how to have a mask originally, which was not before then. They came up with the idea of matching papers together, then putting starch or glue to form a mask. That was the origin of paper mache in the Egypt kingdom then. Now next, there are certain materials that are used to have your paper mache done. One, paper. That is mostly not the hard paper, but the newsprint, the soft ones, or the tissue papers that are toilet paper, commonly called the tissue paper. Now, mortar, scissors, bowls, water, grease, brush, paint, supports. That is what you're going to use to mold, binding agent, then our stove. Then there are two basic methods of paper mache production: the pulp production and the strip production. Now, during our practical class, you get used to this. Now, however, with all these two productions, there is a similar steps, and there are about 5. Now, step 1, cut the papers into small pieces. Step 2, soak the paper in the water for about 8 hours. Step 3, you remove the soaked paper and pound in the mortar with your pestle. And the number 4 step, you mix the pulp paper with your prepared starch. And finally, you mold and not get with the prepared match. That is, your object cannot be molded until it is properly prepared. You can see those materials that were then. You use those materials. You follow this step in engaging those materials. And lastly, I'd like to show you the product of paper mache. You can you can have your images, you can have your figures or materials, utensils, or what have you. A lot of things to do. These are the few images. But during our practical class, I'm going to engage you. We're going to get some things done, which I am sure you're going to enjoy it. Now, for further information and better understanding in our Google Classroom, just go there, do your class tasks, then ask questions, and let us discuss it together. Thank you very much.